Alright guys, went to a brand new comic book convention over the weekend in Dublin, Virginia at the New River Community College over there, and got to say it was really good, really good. And before I show you the hall there, that I got there, I want to do a shout out to a viewer out there named Cody. He recognized me from the YouTube videos and made me feel like $1,000,000, so appreciate it. I was going to put a picture up, but we took a picture with this kid, and I don't put kids up on the internet and stuff like that. So appreciate it, Cody. Big shout out to you. I saw my buddy Scott. You guys have heard me talk about Scott quite a bit and stuff, and he was out there. We hung out, had a little lunch, a little late lunch, early dinner, however you want to do it, before I headed back. And there's 2-3 other people that ended up recognizing me, and one guy has a comic book shop, opened it up in Blacksburg, Virginia. He gave me a flyer I was going to hold up, but I don't have it, so I'll run into that guy in the future and stuff. Alright, and last weekend, I meant to show this in my last haul video and stuff, ended up getting a pretty cool poster for Thrill Killers, Dan Barrington, a little beatnik Robin and femme fatale Batgirl there. Takes place in the early 60s. I really like the series. It's by Howard Chaykin and Dan Barrington, like I said. It's cool to have that. So that poster really means a lot to me. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not saying everybody should track it down, but it's one of those things that's kind of my taste. It has that pulp feel of the 60s there, like the crime comic. Alright, now, this haul that I got everything for $25, and on the way out, I saw a guy who had a used bookstore in Dublin, and I'd go in there quite a bit and kind of became a regular every couple months. Real friendly guy, so I kind of threw him $2 for 3 comics. So $27 for everything. I don't know how much I have here, but I'm thinking everything came between 60 and 75 cents, and I'm going to show you the keys first, okay? And yeah, I pulled a few things after watching other people's videos, man. And there's so many people making videos, and I'm subscribed to, that on a daily average, I've counted it up, I have anywhere from 48 to 67 videos a day, so I'm not keeping up. But I got a few things that everybody's been showing. I figured, why not? So the first thing I got is a character that I despise. This is the first appearance of Squirrel Girl in the winter 1991 Marvel Superheroes special, with an Eric Larson cover, with a story that was written and drawn by Squirrel Girl, who defeats Dr. Doom with squirrels. Yeah. And what's really strange about this is the way it's cut, is that it is square bound. Okay, nothing wrong with it. It is definitely near mint, but this right here is usually what goes on the spine. So, don't know what that would do to the grading or anything like that. It's a misprint, so usually those make it go up in value. I don't know, it just depends on who you talk to and stuff. But yeah, I got that, less than $1. Saw this. This is supposed. I've known about this for a while. I read an article years ago from, I don't know, Newsarama or comic book resources or something like that. But there's one panel that has one little file that says beaker or something that says X-23. So everybody's kind of considering Wolverine number 80 to be the first appearance of X-23. And I've ran across this book quite a bit, but I figured I'd get it. Everybody's showing it in their videos. This is another one everybody's been showing. Number 15 of X-Force. Since the Deadpool announcement, everybody's been grabbing up all the Deadpool appearances they get, and that was kind of the buzz at the Dublin Comic Con and stuff. So yeah, I found that, went ahead and grabbed that, and this was originally going for $3, but I got it in a big lot. Now, the way I got these books is that I would make a stack. Most of them were like $1 a piece, maybe $3 or $4 here and there, and I would just offer them less money than what they were. 15 comics for $10, stuff like that, and they were easy going. Actually, the one person who I pretty much, they recognized me from all the cons, from Roanoke to Bristol down to parts of North Carolina. She's wanting out. She's wanting to sell all her comics for $750 to get out of it. Found the first appearance of Batman the Outsiders in a preview in this. This is Brave and the Bold number 200, the last issue. I think this series ran from 1955 to 1983. Dave Gibbons' art inside of it. It goes back and forth with the Golden Age Batman of Earth 2 and the Batman of the modern age. It's actually dated 1983 in here in real time. Got the again. I've had this 4 or 5 times. For Jim Lee's first Marvel's work, Alpha Flight 51. I want to say this came out in 1987. So yeah, there you go, Jim Lee. All right. It seems like I might have seen this in somebody's video, maybe 2 people, I don't know, but I really like this. And I ran across this a couple of times. I didn't realize what it was, but I think this is the first appearance of Dawn Star of the Legion of Superheroes, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 226. Really like that character. And yeah, Paul Levitz is the writer on this. So there you go. I think this is from the 70s, and this thing it's 1977. And I want to show you something. A few of these books now have these little dog ears, because as I was walking around the con, the handle broke on my bag, and a couple of the books got beat up and hit on the corner. So I have to go through this. This is another one that got hit, and this broke my heart because this thing was in mint shape till this happened. But this is my 3rd copy of Action Comics with a Neil Adams cover from 1978. This is Action Comics 485 with a Neil Adams cover, but it's a Whitman variant, and wouldn't you know, when the bag dropped, it took out the corner there. So that was a very, very fine copy. But shit happens. This one kind of got saved by the bag. This is probably my 3rd copy of this. First appearance of Psylocke, New Mutants Annual number 2 from 1986. And I was really happy to see this, and this one survived the big drop. The board actually took it and stuff. But this is House of Mystery Annual from 2009. I'm getting the right decade, but this book kind of has shot up because this is the first appearance of iZombie, and I think I got this for 60 cents. Yeah, shot up. So the iZombie character has a TV show coming up on the CW, so that shot up for a little bit. I always pick these up. This is my 3rd copy, the Comico Space Ghost by Steve Rude from the 80s. Always love this book. This is one of those books I'll grab every chance I get. Moving on here, we got some really good deals on this. With one Magic Word Shazam number 3. Yeah, number 8, I think. Number 6, excuse me. Number 6, CC Beck cover with realistic kids. It's kind of creepy. That is kind of an unintentional creepy cover. It's such a different time. Shazam, the original Captain Marvel. Number 10. This is when DC bought out the character. Number 11 from Fawcett Comics. Yeah, 1974 on there. Alright, found this. This is Superman 300, the Superman of 2001. Be interesting to read that. Found some Marvels. I barely remember this. Seems like my stepdad had a couple of issues of this, but this is Captain Savage and the Leatherneck Raiders, number 2, with big Hydra cover there. Yeah, 1968. Probably in very good condition. This one is connected. The staples. It's got yellowing on it and stuff, but it's complete. No rips, no tears. A little bit of dog ear there on the back. Okay, and then these were thrown in for free. These are pretty much free. I just said once you throw these in, okay. But these are beat up copies. Got me some Jack Kirby goodness. Fantastic Four number 89. And I want to stop here for a minute and just show you. I can always do a video where I show why I love Kirby, but it's got a few things in here. He made a collage. This is the dark side of the moon. You're wondering who the aliens are that are hiding on the dark side of the moon. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just in the middle of the book, man, he put some photorealistic Xerox, copies and stuff he found probably in his old magazines, I would imagine. And you find out that it's the Skrulls, man. Just the whole, he spends 2 pages introducing the Skrulls. Oh my gosh. Kept it fresh. Kept it fresh. Oh, such good stuff. Such good stuff. Alright. Found a beat up copy of Fantastic Four, number 112. And this is Stan Lee and John Buscema. And I went through and I flipped through this, and there's nothing like that, old Silver Age / Bronze Age, action that they had in the Marvel books, man. So yeah, kudos to them. This will probably just get framed since it's so beat up and stuff. But yeah. Found this from the 60s. It's got the checkerboard top. The Spectre and the Flash. And I got to tell you, man, for it to be Carmine Infantino and stuff, this some of the artwork in this was actually really interesting. You know, the way they kept it spectacular, I guess. You know, so yeah, a little bit of experimenting going on, man. But yeah, a little Brave and the Bold there, number 72. So, and then I got this. Actually, I don't think this is really that old. This one is 25 cents on here, but it's got a hole in the back cover. But it's an 80-page Giant of Superboy with a bunch of Legion of Superhero tales, which, you know, my Legion of Superheroes that I like is the Silver Age. You know, I kind of like that. And this is from 1980, the, you know, super fabulous first issue, Superboy Spectacular. So yeah, good stuff. All right, then we get into the Marvel stuff. Show off some Marvel stuff here. Got an Amazing Heroes with the history of Warlock by, you know, with Jim Starlin and stuff. And this goes back to 1983, and I always like going back because I remember some of this stuff like yesterday. Alpha Flight number 12 was coming out, and somebody in Alpha Flight was going to die. Who could it be? Gru the Wanderer was still at Pacific Comics, which I thought was just really neat. Brian Boland was coming out with Judge Dredd covers. But the one that cracked me up, and it should be close here. Yeah, here it is. I don't know, 6 years before their debut, maybe. I don't know exact year Art Adams did it, but I think it was X-Men Annual number 10 they popped up, but X-Babies. This was a joke, gag kind of cover just to put in there. You know, so they were talking about the X-Babies years before they came out. Richard Corbin, Banner number 1, back when Joe Quesada first took it over and started bringing in some indie guys like Mike Allred and, you know, Brian Azzarello and Richard Corbin did this 4-issue miniseries. I now just need number 2 of this. So Richard Corbin on the Hulk, what's not to like? And I'm pretty sure it's not in continuity. I've been finding these Hulks, these Jeff Loeb Hulks, but with Art Adams art. This is number 8, Hulk versus the Sentry, with some weird looking Moon Knight and, you know, Miss Marvel there. Found another variant cover. I mean, I have a ton of these variant covers now by the Hulk. I would love for them to be worth something, but this is number 11 with the Oathbenders on it. Red Hulk, Tiger Shark, Terrax, and Baron Mordo. I don't know, man. I've always been forgetting his name. Whatever. Alright, and then I didn't know about this, but I think this came out between issue 12 and 13 of the series. Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness. This is the variant edition of the Incredible Hulk. This was the 600 issue, and they do something that I always like when these comics did. I've seen Wizard do it. I've seen I went blank, but they have pages and pages of every issue of the Hulk, starting from Tales to Astonish to his own book. Every issue with every cover there, pages and pages, and of course it's a wraparound cover. So yeah, there you go. I never knew that came out. One of the ones that just went off the radar, and then it goes right into issue 13. So, okay, Supreme Power. I now have the whole series that before it became Squadron Supreme again. This is by J. Michael Straczynski and Gary Frank. A very rated R take on the Justice League, more or less, is what you will. You know, Squadron Supreme was always Marvel's version of the Justice League, and you know. And it's kind of cliche, man. The government's involved and just some stuff. Dune, I had number 1 and 2. I got Dune 1 and 2 when I had my appendix took out when I was 13. And over the years I sold them. I feel like an idiot. I just met Mike, you know, I just met Straczynski. Well, not Straczynski. Oh, my Sinkovich. The artist Sinkovich last summer at HeroesCon. So I would love to have him sign these. So I just need number 1. And I've been collecting the 25th anniversary Marvel 1986 covers that came out that month. Some of these are just upgrades and stuff. I'm getting really close to having them all. And there's also Conan the King that came out that had a much better profile. To me, this looks like clip art. Looks like something that they just probably took out of a panel somewhere and stuck a hat on them. Really not happy with that. I might have just bought this the other day, but I grabbed it. I don't know. But he's in Spider-Man 282. And then I'm going to jump on here to the DC stuff. Moving right along. Okay, Millennium Edition of Superman number 1. And man, that was actually a thick book back in the day. That probably got for a nickel or a dime or something. This was one of the victims of the big drop. But the Millennium Edition of Kingdom Come, it'll be a reader copy anyway. I know these are kind of going up in value, or so I've heard, I don't know. This book, no idea if it's worth anything. I don't think it is, but it's just hard to get. This is the one that's eluded me for years. This is the new Teen Titans number 20. This is where Wonder Girl recruits the original Titans to go on a mission, and it all goes freaking wrong. And that is Jason Todd, Robin, Wally West, the Flash, Aqualad, Speedy, and Hawk, who does not have Dub, who's a complete moron in this. You know, they're trying to make him like insane and rage, and he's just stupid. But yeah, great George Perez cover. Eduardo Barrata. I don't know. He did the art side. It was actually pretty good, but love that George Perez cover. Okay, New Teen Titans number 68, and for years I wanted this book, you know, off and on, because I always kind of suspected that was the Joker with the Royal Flush Gang, but after I started reading it, I'm like, I don't think that's the Joker, and I just kind of quit. So I'll go back, because you look really close, he has brown hair instead of green. So I started guessing who it was, and I was like, surely not. Lucifer number 50. Now, Lucifer has been announced for having a TV show also coming out, and I had the first appearance of Lucifer in Sandman number, what was it, 4? 3, 4, I think it's number 4. Got it by the skin of my teeth before they announced it. But I actually got this for P. Craig Russell art. And what's funny is that he did the Sandman 50 anniversary art. And I kind of felt bad because apparently the place I got this at, they had bags. They had 2 comics to a bag. I didn't realize it till I got back. And I've got something called Sin by Keith Giffen in Timothy 2. So no idea what that is. It's from Dark Horse, so who knows. Might be a happy accident. And I got these because I want a full set of Infinity Incorporated, but you know, if there's other things to buy, I can wait. It's no biggie. The first 12, 13 issues are golden, and then after the Crisis, I feel like Roy Thomas kind of lost his passion. But Neil Gaiman ended up taking in the Fury and Silver Scarab into his Sandman mythos. Okay, I want to say it was the Doll's House that he brought them in. So, you know, I got these to kind of see how it preluded them going into the Dreaming. And there's number 44. And then I got this because I had the Titans and I needed the crossover. This could be a double, but I wasn't going to take the chance. But here's what I was talking about. The mystery was, who was the Sandman again, right? This is the Joe Simon, Jack Kirby Sandman from the early 70s. And, you know, he's coming in at night, and they're trying to stop him because it's Stalking Fury. Oh, who could it be? Seems like I had another one. But anyway, and I have, you know, some issues upstairs. This was an upgrade. This is one of my favorite Solar Man of the Atom covers. They had number 8 there, and I'm kind of regretting not getting it because I'm not sure if I had it or not. But this is definitely an upgrade. I always loved that Barry Windsor Smith cover. The purples for the sky, him just staring at the mask, the energy. I just love it. The old radiator. I mean, just, you know, great stuff. Alright, and then we got some indie stuff, and we'll be done. Okay? We got this Dreadstar Epic Comics number 7. Now, I think Marvel reprinted the first 6 issues from, where did he have them at? First Comics or something? Jim Starlin had them there. But I got this because in the back of it, a backup feature in this one is a 1983 Bernie Wrightson written and drawn story, The Interstellar Toy Box, which I always find just fascinating. You know, he does so much horror, you know, it's what he's known for and stuff, but, you know, he's had Captain Stern and Heavy Metal, and it was in the Heavy Metal movie, and now here's another little sci-fi story that he's done. PC Comic, some Jack Kirby, and this is the early 80s, where this is Silver Star number 3, and it was a victim of the drop. But what is amazing is that, you know, this is when they were saying Kirby was just really starting to lose it in the 80s with his artwork and stuff. But look at this. A 2-page spread of a car wreck where you are in the car. I mean, who thinks of that? Who can do that out of their mind? I mean, look at this. Oh my gosh. I don't care. I'm a mark for Kirby. I don't care. Got this fantastic cover with the Max, number 13. I mean, that is just phenomenal, some of the Max stuff. And yes, as much as I love Sam Keith, he owes Arthur Pseudonym some money. If you go look at Mudwog, you'll see what I'm talking about. American Splendor through Dark Horse, 2-issue miniseries of Windfall. This takes place after his cancer, and can't remember what was going on in his life, but I think he came into money finally. Yeah, part 2 of that, Dark Horse. Odds and Ends, a one-shot. Haven't flipped through that yet. And now I need number 2 of this. I was really sad not to find number 2, but I should be glad that I found number 1 in such great shape. Ghost Hellboy. Mike Mignola wrote it, and it's got some great art, and the Ghost actually kind of hands Hellboy his ass in this one. So, there you go. Oh yeah, and then here's number 2 of the Dreadstar. And like I said, I wanted it through Epic, but it seems like somewhere along the line they went to Marvel, and anyway, somewhere along the line the first 6 issues of Dreadstar were reprinted, but I get them all and stuff. And I'm convinced that Jim Starlin drew himself as Dreadstar now that I've met him and stuff. I always heard that, but I was like, oh, surely not. Okay. Alright, so there you go. That's the haul. Thanks for sticking in there. Live long and prosper, guys.